Welcome, welcome. All right, we've got a fun, simple idea for you. It's called the lace duster. I was at a high-end store and I tried on this little duster and I saw it on the rack and I thought, what is this? And I wasn't sure, and I tried it on and I just loved it. So basically it's just a shirt, except it's open in the side and it gives such a fun, casual look. So this is black. I'm gonna go through it all. This is black, and I actually made a shirt to go under it that was the exact same, but it's a knit and it's the same length, but it's black on black, and I wanted you to see it. So I'm wearing it with jeans, jean leggings, because there's nothing better than lace and jeans to me. I love lace, you know, but you only get married once or more maybe. But anyway, you know, I want lace to be for other things. It's so beautiful. So in this case, to wear it with jeans, I just think it's a great look. So, and then I put like a little turquoise top over it so that you could kind of see the turquoise through the black and hopefully visualize a little bit more that what I'm doing. So we're going to start with this fabric. I'm going to show it to you. It's got this beautiful border. It's a J. Mandel. It's fabric number 2420. And I mean, it's just so expensive. It's beautiful. It's got butterflies. It's directional, just so you know that. So it's the edge of the butterflies that come to the very bottom. And so we're going to use this as a border. And what we're going to do once we cut it out and all that kind of stuff, you just cut off the netting and you just go right along to the edge of the embroidery, and it cuts off and forms this beautiful scallop. And I know you can't necessarily see it, but once you saw the picture of the fabric, and once you get the fabric, you can see how beautiful that border is. So that's the fabric I used, and I always say to you, it's all about the fabric. I actually looked at the fabric, thought, okay, what is it going to work with and how do I want to do it? This next picture I want to show you is actually using a border, and it's a J. Mandel. It's using it twice. So you could put another layer and end it somewhere in there. I decided I wanted to keep it simple and just make it one layer. But I used 2 yards because it's long, and I just needed a front and a back. All right, so that's the fabric. 2420, I used 2 yards. It's a J. Mandel, and this little duster tunic, whatever you want to call it, I just absolutely love it. So I started with pattern 195. The reason I did that is I wanted darting because it fits so much better in the bust if there's darting. I think you lose an instant 10 pounds if there's that darting included. But I wanted the dart to be lower because I wanted to make that kimono sleeve, because I just wanted it to be simple, one piece. So I took and I've showed you many times how to do a kimono. I'm just going to kind of review it. Fold the sleeve in half. I fold it shorter because I don't want it, you know, I just want it to be elbow length. You can just take half the length off the sleeve, and then you can always cut it shorter. But you're going to take the back piece, you're going to lap it there, and you're going to leave a gap down here, and then you're just going to create, it's all styling. You're just going to create like a U-shaped curve, an arc, to connect the sleeve to the body. All right, so this is a knit pattern and this is a woven. So it actually, by the time I wanted to leave it open on the sides, it really worked perfectly. I didn't want it to be a lot bigger, just a little bit bigger. So I used the same size sweater set pattern that I always use with a knit, and I used it in a woven, and you can see the difference in the opening it created at the side. It's just a little bit open there. Then I did the same thing to the front. I fold the sleeve in half, overlap it at the shoulder, gap it under the arm, create an arc. I always do the back first and create that styling, and then I use the back as a pattern for the curve on the front, because the curve is all above the French dart, and somehow I think it's easier to see what the curve's going to look like. However, just knowing on this one what I did is because I felt like it was lace and curves, when I got to this portion here, I actually just rounded it out. So once I cut there, I curved this and rounded it into the arc. So it just made it here a little softer, and I did that not only in the front but also in the back. And you can see I made it a V-neck. So I took my curve and I went from 11 at the neck edge to 21 at center front, and I made it a V-neck simply because I wanted it to have an open style, not closed up close to the neck, etc. So I made it a kimono, I made it a V-neck, y'all can do that. And I just added 10 inches to the length. So you can see that it goes down to jeans. It's like a little duster. I just love it. Let me talk to you a little bit about these side things, because you've got the stuff to do it. You don't need to go out and buy anything. I used fold over elastic, but it's too wide to use it as it is. Don't do that. But I want you to look at but you want something stretchy. You know, it's better to have something stretchy, I should say. I guess you could just tie it with cords. We've got some soutache cording that you could use, but I love the drape on this. And if you notice, it's more than regular elastic, the fold over. So you can cut the elastic, you know, that any length you want, but you can see the drape, it kind of just sticks out. If you use the fold over elastic, and what I did is I cut it right down the middle, right on that fold over part, the little crease that goes down the middle. So obviously I did it in black, but I'm showing you in white. When you do that and you'll pull it, you'll see that there'll be those fuzzy things that come out. Just take them away. And don't cut off any more, just take those away and they'll stop coming out. And then you can see the hang of that is so much nicer. So what I used is I did 4 ties, they were 16 inches in length, and then I sewed them, put it on, sew it at your waist, and then just tie it in. And you can tie them as tight or as loose as you want, but you can see it gives you like a nice tie that has elastic, it has give to it. So if I eat a big lunch and I need growth, you can see it grows, but hopefully not. And they have a nice drape to them. You can see that fold over drape is much nicer than elastic. Elastic has a tendency to kind of stick out. So you can just make your own little drape there. All right, so great border print. This was all about showing off this lace, and these butterflies are absolutely stunning. The fabric is just gorgeous. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.